Hello everyone, this is Godo, and today I wanted to talk to you about the new pricing for the Unity game engine that is going to come into effect starting in January. So, beginning of 2024, they have a new pricing model where every time a user downloads one of your game, not buys, downloads one of your games, it's gonna cost you. You're gonna have to pay Unity some amount of money. Now, it's been pretty controversial and heavily criticized. Uh, be, I do think it's a very weird pricing model, and I don't really like it. I prefer either percentages, like Unreal does, or maybe a flat fee on sales only. The biggest problem with that is that it affects games that don't cost a lot of money much more than games that cost a lot of money. Um, at least you don't have to pay money as you um, as soon as you put the game out there, right? You have to reach a certain amount of sales and a certain amount of money made in the last 12 months. So overall, by the way, the Unity new pricing model is still going to be, generally speaking, significantly less expensive than Unreal Engine. But it's still a weird model. And if you're making a free to play game, like a mobile game or something like that, or maybe like, some kind of League of Legends type of game where you make money out of, people who want to spend money on the game rather than on anybody playing, then yeah, you're gonna get pretty much wrecked. So here I've made a tool which will be linked in the description. I'm actually gonna make it so you cannot edit it because I don't want anybody to touch the original Excel sheet. I say Excel sheet, it's a Google sheet. Um, but I encourage you to download a copy of it, and then maybe you can open it in your own Google Drive or something, and from then you can just edit it, right? You can even, I don't know, if you don't plan to make free to play, you can just delete it and make other columns for like taxes and stuff like that, and just region specific things. Here I'm considering the distributor's cut, which is like Steam, for example, to be 30%, because again, Steam is 30%. If you're using Apple Store, iOS, stuff like that, Google Store, not quite sure if it's always 30%. I think it's pretty standard, but here I'm assuming multiple downloads per purchase, simply because, again, multiple downloads is going to affect the cost a lot more. Basically, it's one download is going to be taken into account per device because it's too difficult to track different devices. So here I'm kind of assuming that every person that purchases the game here is going to, on average, install it on three devices in total. This is a lot. This obviously will not be the case, but maybe it's pretty much a worst case test for Unity. So even in the worst case, you'll see it's better than Unreal pretty much at all times, especially because of the backlash. They announced, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, they announced that they would be capping it at 4%. Okay, you can play with that if you just want to see if it's more, but here you can get the real percentages that you get for the different Unity and stuff in the calculated variables. There's a legend here that explains what's what in terms of colors. So yeah, here, I'm saying here 3 game devs. It only affects Unity Pro here. Look, let's say 100,000, so it costs nothing anywhere. You can see Unity Pro still costs money. It's that cost for each developer. 3 game devs is a lot. It's 3 people using Unity at the same time. So that's for a small indie studio, it's kind of a lot because you have a lot of artists and stuff like that, which are going to be working outside of Unity. So you don't need to have a license for them. It's not another seat using Unity. So here the game sells for $10, which is pretty low. So again, it's going to be pretty affected by here. If so, 100,000 is not enough to cost anything. Let's say million, right? Million. So Unreal, it's ends up being 4.5% that you have to pay of the raw cost, because again, it's 5%, but the first $1 million is not taken into account for Unreal Engine. For Unity Pro is both the first $1 million, but also the first million downloads. Oh, and it's the first million in the last 12 months. Unreal is in the game's lifetime. So again, you can see you pay a lot less for Unity in this case. Let's say you start actually paying with Unity. Okay, you have 3 million downloads. You're very successful, making a lot of money. For Unreal, it ends up being very close to 5% that you have to pay. Unity Personal, it caps at 4% because there's a cap. Otherwise, it would be 5.6%. And Unity Pro is 3%, as we can see here, except you also pay for the per seat thing, right? So 3.02%. This is for a traditional game. If you want to test for free to play, by the way, you need to, instead of the game price, is the expected value per customer. If you're expecting to make 10 cents per customer, you can see here how much it affects you, right? So here, let's say you have not 3 million, but 300 million downloads, which is very possible. You get the cap here. Okay, let's say you get 100 million. You're still capped. Let's say, I don't know, 10 million. You're capped here, you're not capped here. And it's still 0% for Unreal. I probably calculated it incorrectly though. Right? Oh, no, okay, because the person is this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. So here, free to play, if you pay for Unity Pro, the Unity Pro is a bigger part of it because you make less money per download. Okay, so basically, let's go back to just traditional game. Let's see something. That's 1 million, I think, here. Here it costs almost no money. You can see it's 4% for Unity Personal, but as I was saying, Unity Personal, you stay on Unity Personal for the development if you just want to optimize your money, because Unity Pro offers other services as well. So you stay on Unity Personal as long as you're developing, and once the game comes out and starts selling, then you upgrade to Unity Pro. If you're about to start paying money with Unity Personal, which is why I only calculate that you're paying for a single year for for the license. Whoops, that's the formula. So yeah, a link is going to be in the description if you want to test. So again, just to be clear, I don't like the new pricing that Unity has put in place. But if you want to be objective about it and just make a business decision, generally Unity Pro, if you start selling a lot, is going to cost you a lot less than Unreal. And in general, developing in Unity is faster. Of course, if you want to make 3D games, yeah, you might want to start going into Unreal, because for the amount that you have, Unreal offers more. It's a more powerful tool, in my opinion. And if you want to make 2D games and you want to pro test, for example, you could go to Godo. But if you just want to develop quickly, have a lot of tools and stuff like that, maybe you could keep, using Unity. And if you're currently developing a game and what's happening with the Unity pricing makes you think that you should change engine, that maybe think, maybe the next game, maybe not this one, right? Maybe I keep Unity for this game. That could be a good solution as well. For example, I'm going to be finishing my game prototype in Unity. Probably will be, streaming twice before I'm done. I'm almost done with the prototype, but once I'm done, I don't know. I'll see. Maybe I'll try Godo or Unreal for 3D games. I will see, and hopefully I will see you. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and I hope this tool is helpful to you. See ya.